growth is the driver. I mean, growth is what gets most entrepreneurs out of bed in the morning. They want to create a business which is bigger than it was yesterday or today. So the growth agenda becomes really important. How you create that growth is, through numerous strands. You can do that organically. That's the sort of, if you like, the path that I favour in terms of not having to take on capital or investors, all those sorts of things. But of course, every entrepreneur has choices in terms of how they sort of fund and how they develop the next stage of growth. The most important thing, though, I think, is to realise is that there's a rhythmical quality to business, which is that just by pumping it full of cash doesn't mean it's going to grow. There are so many different areas that makes a successful growth business come together. Quality of your management team, quality of your customer base, quality of your IP, quality of your products. Those are, if you like, some of the vital ingredients for actually growing. And I think you need to see growth as being like a perfect recipe, and it needs to have balance, it needs to have an equality of ingredients, and actually how you actually prepare yourself for those stages from, if you like, the startup to exit is really important, because you're never the same business as you were yesterday. And I think that quite often a lot of businesses make growth assumptions based on the business they were rather than the business they're trying to become. And I think that's a very important part of how to manage growth. Best advice I ever had was start at the end and work back. Start with where it is you want to get to. What sort of business do you want to ultimately pass over, exit from, give to your kids, whatever it may be. Think about that point first in terms of what the end product is, and work back, because that might mean you don't want shareholders, or it might mean you do. It might mean that you want to have a kind of, if you like, to spread the load through things like debt and investors. Or you might want to have something that you own yourself to hand over. The issue of family business becomes, I think, relevant for entrepreneurs. I'm a first generation entrepreneur with my business, but I'm already thinking, what if my daughter wants to go into that?